всім, мене звати Ярослав, це мій ютуб канал Неспішний Геймер. Сьогодні ми продовжуємо наші пригоди в грі під назвою Макс Пейн 3. Частина 13. 55-й батальйон поліції. Середа 20:48.
I owe you everything.
No, you don't. I'm sorry I couldn't save your sister.
I was there. It wasn't your fault.
I was paid to protect her and
Тетяна
I
була
didn't.
із
She married into a sick family.
Maybe.
I just wanted to say thank you for giving us a chance to live. I mean, as a family.
I hope it all works out for you, for all of you.
Thank you. Don't be too long.
Я так розумію, що...
Well, buddy, that's it.
Where are you guys gonna go?
I don't know, maybe back to New York, maybe down to Argentina. Giovanna has family in Salvador. Maybe we'll just stay there.
Yeah, I got business to take care of.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. I know it was very wrong.
It's all right, it's done. And hey, I'm having myself a fun old time. Maybe this is how things had to be. Figure I might as well die in the sunshine as die in the snow.
Look, I'm sorry I'm leaving. I got a kid coming. You know how it is.
I know how that is.
You know, I almost didn't say goodbye to you. I said to myself, maybe this guy will put a bullet in me.
Maybe I will. But not right now.
Thank you. Try to look after yourself, Max, huh? Life is worth living.
If you say so, pal.
I thought I was going to have to witness another murder.
Nah. Not him.
You ready?
I guess.
Okay. I've looked through this information you gathered. It's not very nice.
What is it?
It's the Ufe. The famous Mr. Becker.
Friend of Victor Bronco.
Yes. And a contributor to his campaigns. A government employee, of course.
And?
A weapons dealer. A murderer. This was known. A dealer in human organs. This wasn't known.
A proper gentleman.
Sure.
So you're gonna bring him down?
Yes, because I want to lose my wife and my children and then get killed myself. All that after watching him walk free.
Tell me what has to be done.
Well, officially there's nothing I can do.
And unofficially?
Well, we can always try something a little more creative.
Creative?
Так, ну ми вийшли на чергового хлопця, якого треба ліквідувати.
De Silva had promised me a 10 o'clock showcase. I had to make sure I was on stage and ready for my close-up. Diga a Becker. Que vim para ele. Ah!
9:20. А в 10 почнеться якийсь шоу.
Olha aqui, tropa, ei moço, mano, quem é esse cara aí?
Manda tua conta, rapaz.
Vai, fudeu! Meu conta eu quero saber do cu, pô.
Ela não desgruda dela, meu.
Ei, quem é essa cara aí?
Convidado nosso. Quebra esse otário aí.
Deixa comigo, vou dar uma lição nele.
Então, o pai dela não desgruda. Ladrão, filha da puta! Vai atrás de inocente! Vai ver o que vai acontecer contigo! Vamos aqui! É aqui que você vai se acontecer, cara! Tá pensando o quê? Hã? Onde é que você vem? Fica aí, cara! Eu? Se fodeu, filha da puta! Otário! Vai, otário! Deixa eu sair daqui, velho!
Ô, segura a porta aí.
Eu vi uma outra versão. Essa aqui, ó. Nós vamos resolver aquela parada lá, hein? Demorou. Chega aí.
Valeu, amigo.
Так, кімната для допитів. Допит з особливою увагою.
Hey, what are you doing here? Huh? I ask you a question. Answer him. Answer him. What are you doing? What? What are you doing here? O que você está fazendo aqui? What are you doing here?
I don't understand. I can't hear you.
What are you doing here?
Doing here? Me in the ear.
Hey, answer me. What are you doing here?
Back in the precinct after all this time. Time to find out what the hell was going on.
Vai se fuder!
I knew nothing resembling good times lay beyond that gate, but I was gonna have to face the music sooner or later.
Так, давайте подивимося, що нас тут. А це кімната для цих, для доказів.
Figured I'd bag those up for evidence.
Що? Що просто? А можна взяти 20 пістолет?
I guess our little stunt helped some other civic-minded people raise valid concerns about community relations. Their faces said it all. I was on their side, but how could they know that? If they came through that door, I'd be leaving as a human shield and never leaving at all. Luckily for me, for once the police arrived just in time. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Por favor, eu te fiz uma pergunta, pô. A gente não tinha nada pra prometo. Me dá um nome. Eu só sei que teve um apagão, isso é tudo que eu sei. É isso que você quer? Nós vamos morrer.
Почуваємось непогано, але треба вийти там.
Mr. Have a nice day, guy.
The last few prisoners were trapped in here, and more pressingly, seemed I was too.
Ми вистрибнули, щось.
Special Forces painkillers.
Почекайте, а тут...
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off. And then immediately regretted that decision. Wasn't this nice? The perfect end to a perfect trip. If someone had told me 6 months ago this was where my life was headed, I'd have ordered a double of whatever they were drinking, drunk it, then blown my head off. Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes. Every bastard in the joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more time.
Так, є тут якісь пілки. Давайте добрячого.
Seemed the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own. Every bastard in the joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more time. Police food, the same crap the world over. But I could reminisce about the old days later. For now, there was more pressing matters to deal with.
Так, тут щось є цікаве. Нічого.
They'd come from the control room. It looked like the security cameras were still running.
Так, камера керування. Камера охорони.
It looked like the prisoners were giving them a run for their money. That's what happens when you hand some roided-up half-wit a commando uniform with special on the front and let him ride around his hometown in a tank playing soldiers. Sooner or later, someone's gonna decide he's not so special. There were a bunch more in the elevator, tooled up like they were about to roll into Fallujah. And of course, they were headed my way. If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving.
Так, на 5-й поверх пересуваємось.
If there was one thing I learned since being in Sao Paulo, it was that me and the local elevators were not a good mix.
Чому ти пістолет береш? Будь ласка.
Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer. I'd killed more cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now. AUP. Those were the guys who jumped the yacht in Panama. And what was this? Had the Brazilian cops tipped them off about the money?
Опа, чергова знахідка. Поліцейські наштовхнули бандитів на гроші.
If I didn't hurry, Becker would be long gone.
Почекай, добре, пішли далі. Паузу. А почекайте,
Sao Paulo's own David and Goliath. I'd pinned De Silva as a coward, but he'd risked more than anyone, and he'd never taken a bribe. I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New-Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil. But this was where I was, 5,000 miles from a home I couldn't go back to, on another suicide mission to clean up a mess that wasn't even mine. I'd spent my career dozing off in the briefing room. Now wasn't the time. It was starting to feel as if I'd never leave that place. Like one of those nightmares where you keep running and running, only to discover you're chasing yourself. Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell, and fast. This was a waste of time. The doors were all... My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more Brazilian architecture not designed for the American physique. There it was, the tape from the Bronco security system. Jesus, it was that guy. I had seen him in the favela, Bachmeyer, Becker's right-hand man. His time would come, him and Becker.
Знайшли вбивцю, Бранко.
O seu dinheiro representa o seu futuro.
I'd seen enough. It was time to bring this nightmare to an end.
cacete, cuzão!
I couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
Hey, pal. Nice to see you.
Vai pra casa, gringo de merda!
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
I know who you are.
And you should have killed me in the office when you had the chance.
There's still time, meu camarada!
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past. Rodrigo, Giovanna, Passos, everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best.
Vai logo!
posição! Me dê cobertura!
Você tá vivo, mano?
Seemed the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own.
Nós não vamos sair daqui enquanto ele não estiver morto!
Não se mexam, porra! Não se mexam, porra! Eu tenho uma posição! Fica aí, caralho!
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black market. Now I was coming for mine. Luckily, I wasn't the only cop with a pill problem.
Se estiver na beleza, rapaziada, bom trabalho! Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto agora.
Senhor, ele não parece estar morto!
Filho da puta, pelo amor de Deus! love to interfere in things you do not understand.
Oh, I understand plenty, asshole.
How stupid can one man be? Why do you think you're not dead already?
I couldn't get a direct shot. I was gonna have to get creative. It was a waste of bullets. His cover was too good.
You shouldn't have listened to that idiot, Da Silva! You should know when to walk away!
Those ceiling tiles looked kinda loose. It was worth a shot.
You even see what a joke you want? I'll think of you when I get my promotion!
To kill you!
This was the passkey to Becker's office. I was close to the end of all this, and I could feel it. Becker!
Something funny about dying?
I felt like the avenging angel. I looked like a fat bald dude with a bad temper.
You disgusting piece of shit! I know everything!
Not everything, my friend. Let go of him, Max. Huh? There's a good fellow.
Well. Victor, I was wondering when you'd reappear out of whatever slimy hole you live in.
I'd like to just say, Max, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, for my family, and for cleaning up that horrible mess with the Crachá Preto for us. You know I'm tough on crime. I give you a bonus, but I think you just fritter it away. Becker, take his gun.
Toma, seu filho da puta!
They had barred the door. My only hope was to chase them down. I knew they'd be leaving town, and my guess is they would try to fly out of here. Rich people love to fly away.
God damn it!
Так, розділ 14, аеропорт піротання, четвер, 14.
Okay, Max. Now you check the main terminal. I'm gonna go and look for the Bronco plane by the hangar, okay?
Let's do it.
You keep an eye out in there. You know Becker's gonna have some guys in there watching out for you.
Yep. So, of course, I knew they were looking for me. But the airport was about the only place a fat gringo might blend in. Well, there or a sex club.
Parado aí!
My delusions of disguise lasted around 2 seconds. They were out in force. And they were out for me. But then, I was out for them too. Every last one of those bastards.
Check in. Come on, bastards.
felt like my vacation was coming to an end. Only I wasn't heading home with a sunburn, a bag full of duty-free, and a dose of VD. I was making a bet that would put me in handcuffs or a body bag. These were Becker's guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet. This was the back office. They'd be on their way to the nearby lounge. The doors lead in the direction of the main terminal. The customer restroom. I could get through to the departure gates up ahead. There were UFE all over the airport and civilians were being moved out. Looking at it one way, shutting down the airport for their escape was a weird sort of compliment, but one I didn't need. It opened at the other end of the departure lounge. It opened at the other end of the departure lounge. They weren't here. I had to keep moving down through the airport. The tram to the next terminal was down the escalators. Next terminal was down the escalators. Didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on. Airports always made me nervous. It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both. felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
Son of a bitch!
Didn't work out like that. Of course there'd be a tram full of goons trying to derail me. Everyone wanted a ticket for the Max Payne Express. I felt like I'd missed out on the joke, and it was a real good one. Come on. The tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart of it. Becker's gimps were everywhere, so he and Bronco must be close. The smart move would have been sticking with De Silva and going straight to the hangar. But when was I ever about smart moves? I'm a dumb move guy. Hey Max, we'll drive onto the runway. No thanks, let me walk in the main entrance. I'll put a big shit-eating grin on my face and let these assholes take turns trying to kill me. That's my style, and it's too late in the day to hope for change. Boy, were they throwing numbers at this problem. But then, I'd chosen to be here. I wanted this. Was it redemption? Not really. It was pathetic desperation, and not much else. The further in I got, the more guys I saw. Becker wasn't running a police force. He was running an army. These guys were better trained and better equipped than anyone I'd seen out here. And I'd seen some mean sons of bitches. The mission was screaming suicide, but I didn't give a damn. At least I'd die being a pain in the ass. There the bastards were, sneaking off in their rich kid's toy.
I ain't got nowhere else to go, Becker! Mr. Payne, I believe you had something to say to me. Mate ele! Mate ele agora! Não! Não! Não!
This was it. It was almost over. So I guess I'd become what they wanted me to be. A killer. Some rent-a-clown with a gun who puts holes in other bad guys. Well, that's what they had paid for, so in the end, that's what they got. Say what you want about Americans, but we understand capitalism. You buy yourself a product and you get what you pay for. And these chumps had paid for some angry gringo without the sensibilities to know right from wrong. Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
Just drive the fucking car! Go!
We had one card left to play.
Just get me close. Whoa. Look, there's a whole team of them. Georgia. Come on, don't give up. Come on, got a flight to catch. It's not going to take off without. We're taking damage. That about sums it up. They're blocking the runway. Of course they have their armored personal vehicle. Eyes front. I'm normally a behind the desk kind of cop. Only I've been one of them too. Insurance ain't gonna cover this! If he gets out of the country... Don't worry, border's closed. Look! A squad is coming from the right! Eyes right! Come on! Got a flight to catch! It's not going to take off without... This car ain't so good! Nice! Shit! That about sums it up! They don't want us getting down this runway! Behind the desk kind of cop. Only I've been one of them too. The car! If he gets out of the country... Don't worry, border's closed. That's them. Asshole! Your career's coming down with that plane! Let's get it over with! Ah!
Все живые.
Wait, Max! No! Stop! Max! We have what we need on him now. Let him enjoy a trial and a spell in prison. Let him suffer. Trust me.
You know I walk. You'll walk with a lift!
Of the City Police's Special Forces Unit who have been implicated in human trafficking has been disbanded indefinitely. Meanwhile, Victor Bronco, the politician at the center of the scandal, who is accused of laundering money from the scheme to fund his political campaign for mayor, was yesterday found hanged in his police cell. It's not yet clear whether his death was a suicide or simply retribution for his part in a scandal that has so many families missing loved ones that were kidnapped and killed. City officials say a full investigation
Local
is
justice.
underway. Local residents expressed outrage, saying they have been let down by both law enforcement and city leaders. And now, your local forecast. Boy, it's dark in some places, but it's sunny everywhere else. Over to Marisol with the weather.
Що ж, це був Макс Пейн 3. Як бачимо, злодій не втік від кари, його повісили в камері, а поліцейські, які допомагали йому, були розформовані. Що ж, ну давайте підійдемо програмні підсумки за ці 5 серій. Як мені здається, це було найкраще проходження з усіх шутерів, що я проходив до цього. М'ясиста, з приємною зброєю, гарні постріли. Історія трошки лінійна, скажімо так. Але насичена різними цікавими дуелями. Я гадаю, що це доволі цікаво. І неодмінно треба спробувати ще раз пройти, або якщо ви перший раз бачите, я б міг вам порадити їх пройти. Знаю, що це тільки це третя частина, ще є попередні дві, але, на жаль, ці дві зараз не доступні. Можу пройти тільки третю. Загальні враження, в принципі, позитивні, ще раз кажу, доволі такий креативний шутан, який допоможе розбавити сірі будні будь-кому. Тут не треба дивитися, ще аналізувати саму історію, просто за все, ви просто розчаруєте, бо це одне і те саме кожен раз. Насолоджуйтеся стріляниною, самою стріляниною. Насолоджуйтеся тими краєвидами фавел, бразильських, локацій Нью-Джерсі, атмосферних кладовищ, звісно, аеропорту. Що ж, тоді пропоную на сьогодні на цьому закінчити. Кому сподобалось дане відео, прошу поставити лайк, підписатись на канал і залишити свій коментар. Ну а ми з вами побачимось вже в нових відео. До зустрічі!